Hello! Hi guys. How's it going? we're finishing, hopefully, Phoenix Wright, the fourth episode of Justice for All. How's it going, Manny? Hi, Helix. Hello, Redhead with Coffee. It is good to see you all. Oh, tomato juice case, tomato juice case. We're still on it. I'm gonna finish that up. I have a couple more things I have to do today, but I've gone without streaming for a long time, and I'm gonna consider playing Beat Saber, but I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea. Cause that level 22, oh god, that's murdering me right now. Alright, I'm launching the game right now. Oof. Okay, so before I get started, I want to do like a quick recap of what happened last time. Not only to catch you guys up, but to catch me up too. If I remember correctly, we... Your arms must be discovering new rotations of motion. They are! Like... it's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird. Alright, anyways. God, I already lost my train of thought. So we discovered last time that Adrian was the one who was in the costume. The the costume thing, because our guy was too tall and she was too short. She was short. Well, wait, what? That's new? Yeah, I mean that was new from last time. That's what happened last stream. I don't know. I forgot a lot of the information, but I'll try and like catch you guys up as things go on. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Howdy ho, my babooskies. This is Sweet Baboo, and welcome to another stream. I only watched you failing, unfortunately. Really? Dude, that was only like... stream. Oh no. I feel bad for you. Like, there were only 2 times where I really messed up. And one of them, the worst one, was when I was guessing checking on the tomato juice because, you know, I thought I had already chosen it. But the second time, I only messed up once because I had 2 options and I chose the wrong one. I didn't have time. Don't worry, don't worry. Today, we're hopefully solving it. Okay, now we're getting music. Okay, so this is the break between the last case and this case, where we're about to summon Adrian Andrews to the witness stand, which means that things are about to get very, very, very spicy. We have about 3 mysteries on our hands right now. 1, who killed Karita and why? 2, who kidnapped Maya and why are they trying to get an innocent verdict on guard? And 3, what happened with the suicide? I don't remember how many years ago it was, but the suicide of Celeste Impacts. So this is insane. This is a crazy amount of like information. What about the Karma lady that got shot? Oh, that's true. I mean, 4, yeah, who shot the Karma lady? I mean, I'm assuming that it was D Killer, the guy who kidnapped Maya, but you're right, we don't know who that is. Well, actually, no, it was D Killer. Because D Killer said, "Ooh, I have a present for you," and then she got shot. So it's heavily implied that he was the one that shot Karma. But you're right, her shooting is part of the mystery. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony during the break, huh? The parents was... I don't think the parents named him D Killer. I think it's a nickname. But it would be really funny if his birth name was D Killer. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button on your Hakama. Wait, then how did she get your outfit, though? Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she's the real killer. She is the one who murdered Juan Carita. I don't think we can be absolutely sure of that yet. But that's just me being, like, extremely meticulous about everything. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial is over. It'll be alright, I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? I'm gonna strangle you! I'm gonna strangle you! The next court case is gonna be me for your murder! God! I don't care! I don't care! I don't care! I don't care! I don't care. What do we use to censor it? Hold on, I can't even... Hold on. What do I use? How do I censor it? Fruit. Sure, I don't care. get toasted? Toad, hold on. Sheriff Toadster. This is good. You're right, this is good. God, they're all webums. They're all webums. I hate them. I hate you, Google. Name the file the JPG. I can't though. It doesn't work. I've tried. Okay, I think that's a good position. No. Well, yeah, but... there we go. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Carita, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Carita. All to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. Duet. Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impacts. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Oh, she's right. Holy shit, she's right. Wait, what? She's right. Edgeworth knows everything. I'm sorry, I'm not even gonna mention it. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. Hold on. Okay. That was really gross, I'm sorry, chat. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Carita's room. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard. I see. Now then, before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure, what is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Ah, no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossip Land. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Carita. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter, or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then, witness, please testify to the court. You forget the the judge is so dumb. If you look really close into the card, it says evil. Shut up. With the wine glass! About what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was, naturally, the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Damn it! Wait, it didn't drink, it didn't get drunk, it didn't drunken drank. It didn't drank, she didn't drunk the drank. I mean, they are right that she poured herself a glass of juice. I thought that was gonna be the thing, like, how could she have brought a glass of juice into the room? But she didn't drink it, she didn't drunk it. We need to actually check the tomato juice. We need to check to see what's inside the tomato juice. Cause I swear there's gonna be something in there. Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime, and I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. Alright. So she poured the glass. Shoo! How did she pour it if it was glued? No, wait. She poured it, but she couldn't drink any of it because it was glued to the table, so she couldn't take it off. I told you all! I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix, she is one cool and collected customer, and she has brains to match. Yes, I know. She picked up the table. No, you don't pour it by picking up the glass. You pour the thing out of the... Okay, never mind. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing. She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Kill her! It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. And what was Mr. Ungard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini-performance as the Nickel Samurai during this ceremony. Mr. Ungard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? What are you, the costume? You don't just raw dog the bottle, you raise the glass to the bottle? What? I raw dog the bottle. Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Fuck you! Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ungard's knife from his room? No, that's not even what we're talking about, Edgeworth! We're talking about the costume! No. Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? I hate edgy wedgy poo. I was glued the bottle of the glass to the table. After that, I went to Juan's room. Why? And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Press further. Was that the only reason? I beg your pardon? What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Maybe continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? And there was his dead body. I was in shock. You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Carito. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock, and you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Shut up, Ezra. Somehow I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. Wait, no, that's not true! Because if you saw the exact same thing in the crime scene photo, but you touched the bottle, Dup 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 dup. Is that like actually a contradiction? That's a contradiction, I think. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. I truly thought you were gay. He is gay! And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. Oh, okay. And then, what did you do next, witness? I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. Well, you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. You're a weirdo! You're a weirdo! Miss Andrew, I'd like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Carrito, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? Phew, how did she pick it up? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake, that one thing. What one thing? Never mind, it's no big deal. What mistake? What was she starting to say just now? Press. Does this game get progressively more deep? What do you mean progressively more deep? She's done. Oh yeah, she's done. She's dead. She just killed herself right there. Successfully this time. Holy shit, I'm sorry. Anyways, what do you mean progressively more deep, or do you get thrown in the deep end? Miss Sanchez, I'm convinced that as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. Find the small itty bitty things and sentences and pictures. It gets progressively harder. Yeah, like, actually at the start was still pretty difficult. You had to like think. Like, it's never easy. It's never easy, but it gets harder. Like, once you start to, I don't know. Like, once you think you know the format of the games, it like shoots you in the face. You would have to play the game. It's so fun. I love this game. Like, the first case was genuinely so fun. It blew my mind. I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I realized it was glued! I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. She's fucked. She ruined herself. No, she just ruined herself completely. She's done. She knocked the flower vase over. Where'd she knock it? On the guitar case. Where's the water on the guitar case? On the top of the lid. What's the guitar in the picture? I mean, what's the guitar case in the picture? It's open. She just killed herself. She's done. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? She's done. This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. How dumb is your judge? Now she's talking the flower. Kiss your ass. What does that even mean? It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over where it fell into the guitar case. Okay, so hold on, hold on. Okay, this is really hard, because I know what the contradiction is. I know what the contradiction is, but I don't know what to present where. Because the contradiction is that she said she saw the exact same scene as in the crime photo. But if that was true, then she would see that the guitar case is closed. Because then she knocked down the glass onto the guitar case and then opened it for some reason. So hold on, let me just press her here. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take one's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser, and that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd, I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Anyway, always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony. Told you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I already know. So hold on. It was naturally the exact same scene. Yes! We got it! We got her. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over, correct? Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell under the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell under the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case would have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. We got her. We got her so good. That's very true. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. What is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards would be inside, not outside of the case. Ah! All I need to do is commit murder, Adopter. Choose to kill her. Imagine? What is your point, right? That the case was closed? This case is closed! They're gonna make a pun about that. That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She didn't implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, however. The empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? Alright, let's think. Let's think. Maybe she had intentionally put something into the guitar case. Before the game gives me the obvious hint, like, oh, maybe there was a reason for her to open the guitar case. There was likely something inside the guitar case. The ninja carried it everywhere. You know what? Maybe the suicide note was in the guitar case. Okay, that's kind of a stretch, but it's a possibility. Alright, let's keep going. It seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? Yes. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. He has no idea. He has no idea. There's nothing going on inside his head right now. Miss Adrian Andrews, were your balls itchy at the time of the crime? This is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Heh, I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I love hinging people's lives on blast. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Does Phoenix even research the cases? Well, I mean, technically the research is just talking to everybody before the case. It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Confusing anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Shut up. I hate edgy wedgy poo. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you were the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. So, you opened the guitar case then? We've established this! Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. Shut up! She's so dumb now! Wait, maybe that's her just being smart. Maybe she's pretending to be dumb now because she's smart. Or maybe she's just dumb. I thought, maybe the criminal took it. Maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But, getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. As for how I opened the case, even I don't know. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let her give up now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. A weapon is waiting in the court record, waiting to be found? Is that like a super ridiculously obvious hint? Or what? Don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Alright, let's think. Why in the world would she pour herself tomato juice? Like, I think there's something hiding in there. I think there's something hiding in there. So she poured juice, broke a vase, and opened the case. Yeah. And she's saying that it's all because, oops, Oh, I just did it. I just did it just cuz, and then I walked away just cuz. Maybe you should dissolve some note in the juice. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, tomato juice does seem really weird. I wonder if there's, like, an interesting property of tomato juice. Like, I would think there was tomato juice on the button and the knife if they didn't analyze it and prove that it was Kurita's blood. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. She was... Oh, wait, I know what to present. Oh, I failed. Ah! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. Hold on, let me make sure I presented the right thing. Damn it. How exactly are the evidence in this statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all. Mr. Wright, please think of the facts over before making accusations. I don't think that one meaning points at the judge. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna load this again. I just want to like save my little stuff for now. Fanboy, 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 fanboy. I haven't seen daylight in months. Discord. Reddit. Why is she saying that the crime scene is the same as the photo though? Because she doesn't want to like implicate herself, I guess. Homovanillic acid, which is both Edgeworth and an acid. What is Edgeworth? Because like tomato juice seems way too specific. It seems way too specific to not be important. Never seen tomato juice in my life. I have. But it's not common. I don't know, I feel like it's not random. I feel like it's not random. Because if it was random, like if the fact that it was tomato juice didn't matter, then they would say like wine or something. I don't know, unless they were trying to sanitize it for kids. But then they would still say like grape juice or something. Must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Tomato juice color is too blood-like. You're right. Like, I would feel like it would be smeared on something. But they said that it was definitely covered in Kurita's blood, so I don't know what's up. True. Maybe she used the tomato juice to glue the wine glass to the table. You're right. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. The case was empty after all. Ah, man. Is there ever any evidence that the guitar case was empty? Like, I have a little theory in my head that doesn't have a lot of That doesn't make a lot of sense. That maybe he was strangled with the guitar strap of the case. But that doesn't really make sense. Hold on. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let her up. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is her chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. So that's definitely a thing. A weapon? So what in here could possibly be used as a weapon? The guitar case? Not the wine glass, because it would have shattered from the impact. Or maybe, I don't know. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? Okay, let's just think. Let's just, like, analyze everything. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. She says she was dazed because she... It says she was strangled by a scarf though, so no guitar string. Well, that's the obvious thing to say, but... I don't know, maybe not. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. So why would she be dazed besides the fact that she saw a dead body? Because if she was actually dazed, and she's the murderer, then she must have been dazed for another reason. Maybe she hit him with the vase? It didn't say there was any impact though. I feel like that'd be on the autopsy report. Yeah, I don't think that would make too much sense because like I don't know, the water is too far away from the body. And I don't think Celeste could have lifted Karita up. How do you knock a vase like that? It's implied that it was from the struggle. Imagine a doctor. That's such a funny theory. Maybe he fell and died. Yeah! Fell and strangled himself and stabbed himself with a knife on accident. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. That makes sense. That's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. She says the case was empty. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. So can we disprove that the case was empty? Exactly, a doctor. I could just be, remember your suicide? If I wanted to be like an actual crazy person. Yeah, she attempted. She attempted earlier. Okay, so her motive is her mentor as a manager committed suicide, which we don't actually know if she committed suicide or not, but she was found by Kurita, and then her suicide note was nowhere to be found. And since Kurita was the only person that was able to that could potentially find the suicide note, perhaps Adrian thought he had stolen it. So perhaps she murdered him, thinking either he murdered her mentor, or that he stole her mentor's suicide note. Yeah, I was thinking it hid it in the guitar case. So that's why I presented the guitar case as for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Like, I'll present it again, just cuz, but it isn't it. I don't remember it clearly because I was dazed. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. She opened the guitar case. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked her face. So you opened the guitar case. She opened the guitar case, Phoenix! Jesus! Yes, well, maybe. You. Huh? Mr. Kurita's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But, getting back on topic. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Let's pay more attention. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? How many times have we been over this? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence, so I guess I should give it a try. Can't afford to let up on now. She's at her weakest now. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. That's like, it feels like such an obvious hint. That feels like such a crazily obvious hint. Like, oh, maybe there's a hidden weapon in the court record. Wait. Wait. Holy shit, wait. Is that a piece of hair on his uniform? Do you guys see that? On his shoulder? Under the victim head hair. Just wanted to clear that up. Alright, hold on. Looks like a crease. It did to me at first too, but I don't know, it's too far to the side for it to be his collarbone. Can you click it? No. I want to know what that stain on the floor behind him is, too. Like the one right next to the bottle, on the left, on the bottom left. I want to know what that stain is. Who's placed there, right? We don't know. He couldn't have just died on the chair. I don't think he was placed there. Because if it really was Adrian, then she wouldn't be strong enough to lift him up on her own, unless she had an accomplice. Like, maybe D. Killer was her accomplice. And then he backstabbed Adrian or something? I don't know, man. Ah, there's a hidden weapon in the court record. Jesus Christ. Like, that's such an obvious hint. It's such an obvious hint. But what could it possibly be hinting to? Maybe one of the vases of flowers outside? What's that hidden weapon? Okay, so hold on. Mia is like our omniscient little helper person, even though she's dead. But if you look at the dialogue, come on Phoenix, we can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record waiting to be found. That's such a ridiculously obvious hint. Non-conventional weapon like poison or something. It said that there were no lip things on the bottle though. Unless she actually did poison the tomato juice, but then remembered that it was poisoned? I don't know. Or the vase shards, but those in his stab wound found. Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. This is a hard one. This is hard. I suppose I must have... Like, as for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Like, I think that was... I could have sworn that was it. She thought that her suicide note was hidden and searched the room. I don't think they did test the tomato juice. I feel like there's something in it. Must have opened the guitar case. Wait, hold on. Haha! Got it! Got it! Ooh! There's no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Reference! You made a reference! Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victims. I got you. What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Then you are stupid. Then you're a stupid idiot, because you literally just said, I'm the murderer guy. Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the awards ceremony, so of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. That's strange. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Because she left fingerprints on the tomato juice bottle. Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing the gloves at the time? Stupid, stupid, stupid idiot. I have your proof right here. That's a wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Ugh! Oh my god. Her glasses blew up! And she pulled another pair! Her glasses blew up! Oh my god! That's so funny. How's it going, Emerson? Order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here, but it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was what was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. Shut up. It was the suicide note. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that on the case... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic, and lull us all into his misguided... No, Your Honor. Please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the case fell onto the guitar case. The vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open in the photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. She's fried. She's so fried. If you're so sure, Mr. Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. I know! Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. That bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar... It sucks! It sucks so bad! Oh my god. So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty, is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours, you haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? And why would something like that be- oh my god. Why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright, why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. God damn it. I have a suggestion, why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Yes, and never bring it out again. You're so dumb, don't even talk to me. Hold on. Just so fast, I know. This game is so fun. I love this game. Hold on, I want to watch your glasses blow up again. It's So funny. Oh my god. How many pairs of glasses do you think she has? Alright. What was in the guitar case? It was probably Don Carita! It was Don Carita! Did I say Don Carita? Not Don Carita, Juan Carita. Don Carita sounds like a mafia boss. Alright, what was in that guitar case? Not the button, that wouldn't make any sense. Wine glass wouldn't make any sense. The camera? The camera wouldn't make any sense. Unless it does. No. That doesn't make much sense at all. Wait, hold on, did I save? I don't think I saved. Oh, damn it! I don't have the opportunity to save anymore. Maybe she was in the case. Maybe! Juan's autopsy report was in there. The photo of Juan Carita's murder scene. Could it have been the wine glass? Because if she was wearing... If we assume that she was wearing the outfit at the time, there's no way it could have been the wine glass. Alright, let's deduct this. It could not have been my attorney's badge. It could not have been the Magatama, or however you say that, don't know. The Nickel Samurai? I can't develop a case. I don't think there's a case for the Nickel Samurai poster being in there. I don't know how that pertains to anything. Okay, why definitely couldn't this have been in there? Because why would it? I'm not gonna go into that. Seems like the Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. I don't think it would be a press conference ticket, because why would he have a reason to go to the press conference, and why would he need a ticket in the first place? It could be a radio transceiver. Do you have all evidence items? All that I need for now. This is hard, dude. Alright, so it could not have been this photo. It couldn't have been the knife, because it was taken directly from the room. Couldn't have been anything, any other reports, because why would it be? The Jam Ninja's button was taken straight from his suit. We know that because the thread patterns match. Couldn't have been the crime photo. So it has to be in this first page of evidence. Whatever was in the Couture case has to be in this first page of evidence. It could not have been these first two things. Yeah, all of these definitely, without a doubt, could not have been in there. And it couldn't have been these two. You still haven't found the weapon? Well, I don't know. Maybe it really was a metaphor. The case was in the case? Yeah, it couldn't have been the guitar case. It could potentially be the wine glass if she was really smart and wanted to, like, have something she could plant there to prove that she wasn't wearing gloves. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna rule that out yet. The hotel guide map, why? There's no reason. It does say that it's a partial map, which makes me interested. Because I feel like the other half of the map is going to be extremely important here. It definitely is going to be extremely important, because that's like Kurita's room. But, it couldn't have been these two. A magazine clipping? It does have to do with Kurita and Adrian. But why would he even care? Why would he read tabloids about himself? It couldn't have been the camera, because the camera was used after Adrian was exiting. So it was either the transceiver, the conference... Okay. So everything from here to the wine glass, excluding this, and this. So it could be the magazine clipping, the press conference ticket, the transceiver, or the wine glass. I don't see why it would be the press conference ticket. That doesn't make sense. He wouldn't really need it. Oh yeah, that's another mystery. What was the Nicholas Samurai gonna confess? I feel like there are so many more parts to this. There are gonna be so many more parts. Because there are so many more mysteries we need solved. Unless there's gonna be like one final monologue that like, explains everything. So it could be the radio transceiver, the wine glass, or the tabloid. If it was the radio transceiver... So, okay, let's presume the radio transceiver was in there. And, I don't know, somebody had planted it there so that Adrian could communicate with somebody after killing him. That doesn't make any sense. That would mean that D-Killer is working with Adrian. Maybe Adrian was using the radio transceiver? I doubt it. I don't know. The wine glass? She went through the effort of putting a wine glass in his... How's it going, Buster Kibben? Okay, why would Kurita have this in there, and why would Adrian know about it? Alright, hold on. So we're assuming that Adrian wore the outfit inside, and that she was wearing gloves. And we're also assuming that she knew, or at least theorized, about what was inside the guitar case. And it was important enough for her to open it after murdering Kurita. She wouldn't care about a magazine clipping. Why would she even need that at all? What could she have wanted that badly? If it was a radio transceiver, how would Kurita not have noticed, like, all the rattling inside the thing? Nah. Why would she put on gloves to open the case purposely, but then forget while testifying? Well, because she's the murderer and lying, but hold on. I mean, it could be the wine glass if she was really smart and just wanted something to plant for her testimony. But then again, she could also just take off the gloves. But then again, that would risk putting fingerprints on, you know, other parts of the scene. Nope. Is it the radio transceiver? Could it have been a person? Old Peg? Okay, well. Oh, wait. Oops. Hold on. Wait, no, I meant to present evidence. Actually, hold on. No. So she could have opened it. I was gonna say she couldn't have opened it, but she definitely could have, because she was probably wearing gloves. Hold on, let's save real quick. Alright, let's keep going. Did I guess the radio transceiver? I think I did. I don't know, I'm gonna guess the, suicide note one more time. Yeah, no. I mean, it could be the murder weapon. Guess the wine glass. I already did, though. Unless I didn't, and I misremembered a second time. But, yeah, no, it's not. Sorry, I'm really lazy. I want to make sure I don't have to, like, scroll through everything if I'm gonna brute force again. Alright. Was not my attorney back? Okay, hold on. Couldn't have been Lauda's photo. No way it could be Lauda's photo. It was. Fuck. No, there's no way. Why would it even be Lauda's photo at all? It could potentially be the knife? But why would it be? Because why wouldn't she just bring the knife with her? This is hard, dude. I don't want to guess. I really don't. The guy definitely knew it was inside. Karita? That's true, because he didn't have his guitar during the performance. And I'm sure he didn't just forget it. I'm so surprised that it's not... I don't know, the suicide note thing. The hotel guide map? It's the other half of the map. I mean, like, maybe there's like a secret in the room. And I mean, she did give us the guide map. Alright, time to guess. No, I don't want to guess, dude. What? No way. There's no way. Hold on, let's actually figure this out. What was in the guitar case? A picture of the Nickel Samurai. Maybe because she swapped the guitar cases? She could have swapped the guitar cases. Olaf. She could have swapped the guitar case. Sure, let's just see the line of reasoning, because this is ridiculous. Let's see the line of reasoning. This is a photograph. Yes, but what's important here? But what is important is what is in that picture, Your Honor. Could it have been the case for the little costume? I don't fucking know at all. In this picture? It doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What am I? Yes, it does. You're an idiot. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. What the fuck? What the fuck? What? Okay, I don't know how I was supposed to arrive at that. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Wright, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Maybe the big announcement was him retiring? Oh, shit. Wait... I'm thinking maybe Kurita was gonna be replacing? Like, maybe she said Kurita was gonna be replacing Unguard. So then she would have an opportunity to hide the case, to hide the costume in his guitar case. Oh, shit. Or... Oh, no! Kurita was gonna have a press conference pretending to be Unguard to slander his name? I don't know, dude. Let's just... That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. You know my strategy, speak first, think later. So real. Alright, I mean that makes kind of a little bit of sense. Because how could she, like, get into Kurita's room while in costume without suspicion? And to get the... I don't know. It makes sense in hindsight, but I don't know how you were supposed to figure that out. Well, you know my strategy, speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt Unguard's. Why would something of the defendant's be in the victim's room, and inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. Oh boy. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? It had to have been a spare, right? It was a spare. Mr. Unguard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? This came way too hard. There are parts that are stupid, but there are parts that are good. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had brought the spare into the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Kurita, was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? So he could slander Unguard's name by doing the thing. With the press conference. This is stupid. Yeah, it was stupid to figure out, but it makes sense now. Like, in hindsight, it makes sense. But, like, in hindsight, it also still feels stupid to try and figure out. What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Why can't I say that? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare press conference, it has to be. What is this? Ha! On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Ungard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself. The victim? Yes, the spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Okay, I got that part. At least I got that part. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. Oh, maybe Adrian murdered him to reveal it? I mean, murdered him to conceal? I don't know. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. By confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Maybe they were planning on murdering each other. Maybe I don't know, maybe Kurita and Ungard were planning on murdering each other. What I love about this game is that it does not make things obvious at all. Which means that Juan Kurita, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt Ungard. I'm confessing my love for Kurt and Pen. That's true. That wouldn't be slander, though. Yes, I guess that is what that would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Miss Andrews? I can see why you're a pros at what you do. Oh, this is when she reveals everything. Pardon me. Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Super religious speech? Yeah, maybe she knows she's done. Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. Damn. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looks like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Whoa! You know what? Oh my god! The suicide note! This is totally tied to the suicide note. What? No, this is totally no way. And do you know what the secret of Mr. Ungard's is, Miss Andrews? She doesn't know. That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Of course she wouldn't know. Because if it had dealt with the suicide, she would know that he stole the suicide note. Ah, I see. Or she's pretending not to know, because if she knew, then she would have a motive. Ah, I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. Ungard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. I have a feeling that she wasn't actually the murderer. I feel like it was D Killer. Which feels so dumb, but whatever. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Oh boy. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the buttons and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. That's it? This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. Shut up! Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. If she was trying to protect him, then why did she do that? Why did she, like... I mean, I guess she could argue that it was protecting herself. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. So what did she have? She had a motive, because he hid the suicide note, an opportunity to commit the crime, Unguard being asleep and her being able to frame him while going into Kurita's room, and finally decisive evidence. Or... I mean, we have evidence, but... we'll see. And if you think these things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and not Hold on. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Unguard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But if you were trying to protect Matt, then why would you set it up? That's a contradiction. But I'm sure Mr. Unguard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. How's it going, David? Hi, sweet. Good luck on this case. This is the fun one. It's been a few years since I've played through it myself, so it's kind of seeing it for the first time again. This one's tough. This one's been tough so far, but I've been mostly solving it so far. There have been 2 parts where I was really stuck. Oh really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Has Mr. Unguard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Unguard, yet you still helped out. The person on trial right now is Mr. Unguard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Unguard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too is a lie so you could cover for Mr. Unguard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews had said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought, and during the fight the killer ripped the button from the Jamma Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button? Oh, that's not true! 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 She lied. She lied. She's done. She killed. She's dead. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. That's not true, not true, not true, not true. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information. She's done for. That button was torn. Nope. You're a poo head. You're a stinky poo head. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. What? What? Oh my god. Okay, I'm right though. I'm literally right. I just presented the wrong piece of evidence, so let's try that again. Okay, so what did I... Okay, let's see. She lied. She lied. She's a liar. She's a liar. She's a lying liar. She's a lying liar who lies. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Sorry, this game is really fun. After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means... it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Dude, I love this game so much. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. I split the glasses again. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order, order. What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with the button? What was it? To pin the crime on Ungard. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Ungard. There's no way anyone would put a bloodied button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. Ungard was set up by the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is... well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer, then? Finally, I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet, not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Ungard is... it's not D. Killer. It has to be Adrian. Celeste Impex. It has to be Adrian. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. Whoa, reference! You're Mr. Kurita's killer. What? Oh, our glasses blew up again! It means we're on the right track. Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Ungard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. Wait, hold on. No way! No way! No way! No way! No way! No way! Hold on. hold on. What type of acid is tomato juice? Citric and malic acids. Can malic acids burn off fingerprints? I'm gonna get put on a... Hold on. No way! Oh my god, I'm literally a genius. I'm literally a genius. Hold on. Pre-washing with malic acid may inevitably weaken the fibers of the paper-based forensic evidence. Paper-based? Yeah, exactly! It explains the tomato juice. She poured the tomato juice and dipped the knife in to hide her own fingerprints, and that's why it's sticky. Dude! Oh my god, if that's it, I'm actually crazy. The knife is sticky. They said that the knife was sticky earlier. Although I'm not totally sure how Unguard's fingerprints could still be on there. I don't know, we'll see. But that's my theory. She dipped the knife in the tomato juice to hide her recently made fingerprints. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room, and the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Then what about the button that was found in Matt's hammock? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. She has so many of those glasses! The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you yet again, Mrs. Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled from the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case, and it was you who proved that she was not wearing the gloves at the time. That's true. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Ah! And to top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please stop. We got her. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. If she goes back to being confident, Miss Andrews, I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something, if it can incriminate me. Well, yes, you're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination, by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ingard's room. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What? That's it. That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix, but there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? Hehehe. What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer has proven up to this point is meaningless. God damn you. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide the single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Kurita? Yes. I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. Say no! Just say no! But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point of time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there's only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Oh god, recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and at tomorrow's trial— Tomorrow? God damn it. Tomorrow? We don't have it tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya. Tomato Juice case is way deeper. It's so much deeper. Like, I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot more to this. Cause again, like, who is the killer? We're gonna solve that. We're gonna solve that. Cause it wouldn't just have him be some random weird guy. You know? We also need to solve who shot Franziska. We also need to solve the suicide from earlier, like where the suicide note went. But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... What if it actually wasn't a suicide? I mean, that would make a lot of sense. It's true Miss Andrews holds the right... I mean... Then again, I'm a defense attorney, so it's not like I would be, you know... against somebody... I don't know. I can't defend somebody for killing somebody if it was a suicide. Unless the person who committed suicide is being incriminated for their own murder. It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but actually, there's one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. He's Goober. Isn't Edgeworth supposed to be against you? I know! He's like my mortal enemy, but he's also like, yeah, I'm just gonna help you when you really need it. For some reason, because I'm Edgeworth, because I'm edgy wedgy poo. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. The glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. You're so dumb. You're so stupid. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Oh boy. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can't you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely, I couldn't have said it better myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Kurita? I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, you go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. Slumped over? Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Yeah, sleeping with a nice cozy knife in his chest. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. Damn it, that's too good! And then he felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him juice. Hold on. So she went to pour him juice. 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 Her intent was to pour him juice. Juice for him. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room in such a messy state, I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. You just said that you thought he smashed everything. Yes, he always has a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? Every witness in this game ever could be charged with lying under oath. I know! They're like, oh yeah, I killed him! But wait, hold on. There's this law that means that I didn't actually kill him. Oh, the trial's going on for another 2 years. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward, and knocked the flower vase over, so that's what happened. Then the juice would have spilled! This is what it all comes down to. This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now's our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? No, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. She would have knocked over the juice, too. Hold on. I don't know. This feels too obvious, but yeah, we got it. I doubt that'll be a thing if Maya gets released, because everything is usually solved. Like, I've solved cases that are literally 2 cases in 1 before that like, that was the case with Von Karma, the man. The guy Von Karma. That was a crazy case, by the way. I loved that case so much. That was so insane. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that Hugh was a dead man. Well, you see... I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Erg! Oh, there's another pair of glasses. What are we on, like 5, 6? And your life has proven and your lie has proven one thing very quickly. That you are the real killer. Sorry. No! Okay, that means we got her. We did it. We win. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because, Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Then there's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ungard's innocence has clearly been demonstrated. Is it over? There's no way it's over! Have we found the truth at last? There's no way it's over! What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Imagine we have to defend her next. I wouldn't put it past this game. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard. What? Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. God damn it, Edgeworth. And I know why he's doing this, too. Like, he was like, oh, I had a revolution. Now I'm a law guy. Now I'm a lawyer law guy. So I want to prove without a doubt that whoever's guilty is guilty. You know? That's why he's helping me, and that's why he's doing this now. This case is still going. It was about to end, and then Edgy Wedgie had to open his mouth again. The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you... Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ungard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. Wait, hold on. This means that her dependency is now fallen onto Miss Von Karma, who is another strong woman acting as her mentor, potentially. If I spoke, then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it, I'm too scared. It's Von Karma! It's Franziska Von Karma. Sorry. She's been a lawyer since she was 13. Yeah, so the lore of this game is crazy. She's the daughter of the old prosecutor who had never lost a case from Germany. And then she came to defeat me as well. And she had also gone undefeated. I would just play the games. Like, Manny, if you haven't played these games, please do. Because they're so crazy good. They're so crazy good. And I don't want to explain the lore, because it could spoil some stuff. How the fuck are you a lawyer at 13? It's because she's such a crazy... Well, I say she's such a crazy good prosecutor, but that's just because she's really good at, like, planting evidence and being a cheat like her dad. It's Franziska Von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is to get her not guilty. That's my only priority. Okay. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I have a strong feeling that we're gonna be defending her next. Because she's not the killer. The killer's the killer. It's the killer! Like, this feels so stupid that we're deliberating about the fact that there's a man called D Killer and whether he's the killer or not. All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority. It wasn't me, I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please, someone, help me. She wasn't the killer. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right, I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who's the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Dude! This means that this case is like 1 billion times bigger. This means that this case is 1 billion, kajillion, badillion times bigger than it actually is. Oh my god. And I mean, I knew that. I knew that this case is so much bigger than it is. Because we have so much evidence and so many mysteries we haven't solved yet. I'm gonna see what happens if I request a not guilty verdict. It's probably gonna be like Phoenix's inner monologue being like, wait, we need to know who the real killer is, because maybe she's not. No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Your Honor, the defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion that this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible. I'm disappointed in you, Wright. What have you learned in this past year? That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. Damn. Okay, you know what? No, I have to load. No, wait, hold on. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. Oh, this is the weird, terrible person ending. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however... Yeah, I assumed it would just be the same thing either way. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mrs. Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh my god, this music. The witness. How should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Oh no! He brought it. He dropped the bomb, dude. Hold on. I want to see what happens. Force Andrews to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that, but I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews. I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. Unger would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet, how dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, okay. I was surprised, because I haven't seen, like, an option to have that much variation before. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. Oh my god, what a shame. The illusion of choice. Yeah, I just wanted to see what the other option would do. Because usually it doesn't even have that much spare dialogue. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Mrs. Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth. This witness, how should I put it? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. Ah! This is the only thing she asked me. She just asked me not to show this to the court. And holy shit. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do? What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman. Damn, dude! That's crazy, Edgeworth! Oh my god! The true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Edgeworth is insane? He's a crazy person! He's out of his mind! Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please stop, I beg you. If people find out. I mean, like, technically this is mercy on his part, but like, wow. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is no concern to me. What? Oh my god! Wow! Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? There's no way he would actually say that. I have a feeling that he knows somehow that her threats are empty or something, or he's just insane. However, before you die, I will put the truth from your still breathing. I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. Edgeworth, that's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous, no matter what I have to do. So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please, help me. Jesus Christ, Edgy. Nothing matters anymore. Dude. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. Stab the body with a knife? But why would you do that? Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... This is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like the last time. Last time? Holy shit. So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. There's so much. There's so much more to this trial, dude. This is crazy. This is insane. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. But you could tell from the state the room was in, that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf was a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did his job. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure that there was no one in the hallway, I made a mad dash. How did you figure out there's nobody in the hallway? That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai's costume. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold the press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. And what is the secret? That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that... No, she totally knows. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I don't want to concede, but this testimony, it rings with the truth. I'm sorry, Phoenix. No, please, don't apologize to me. We were both taken by surprise. Still, I'm sorry. When I realized she was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a mad dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. How did you make sure there was nobody in the hallway? That's what I want to know. Let's just read this again. This game is crazy. Like, you think you know who the murderer is, and then you don't. I'm actually glad that she wasn't the murderer, though. I'm really glad she wasn't the murderer, because that would have been too obvious. But if it's D-Killer, it's also, I'm gonna groan and roll my eyes, but that's whatever. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. Just when I finished trying to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. That's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. That's true. Who D-Killer is. Because if it's one of us, then ooh boy, this is getting spicy. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you. Imagine if it's Miss fucking Oldbag. No, it's not. There's no way. Imagine though, that would be so crazy. Imagine if it's Edgeworth. It wouldn't be Edgeworth. I feel like he's too important of a character. All I'm saying is, if D Killer is one of the people that we've already found, then holy shit. I mean, it could be Celeste, but I don't know. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Wait, no. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. We did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I don't want to concede, but this testimony, it rings with the truth. Sorry, Phoenix. Sorry. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. That's plausible. If she had actually stabbed him, then it's plausible that he fainted. Well, that she thought he had fainted. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. So how did you realize he was dead? What was this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world, so Matt did his job to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence with the knife and the button. First thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Okay. I want to know how she realized he was dead. But it doesn't seem super important. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. Alright, hold on. I want to look at the guide map really quickly. Karita's room is definitely a very important part of this hotel guide map. Because it's just a partial map. That's such a random thing to be cut off. There's no way that's not important. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. Also, who stole the camera? Who stole Lotta's camera? That's another thing I want to know. That's another, like, mystery here. Also, hold on, another thing I want to know is... It seems that Lotta was in Unguard's room. Wait, hold on. This is a toughie, but I'm gonna... The evidence clearly... This evidence reveals... Damn it. How far back did I just go? Doesn't seem like I was too far. this is so deep. It's just so much. There's so much here. Alright. This is crazy! When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. That would make sense, given her testimony. Ugh. I mean, fainted in the chair? Whatever. I don't want to be that nitpicky. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience, and that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. I don't want to concede, but this testimony, it rings of the truth. What am I supposed to do? If it rings of the truth, I could present the radio transceiver. It says originally from Maya's kidnapper. I don't know if that means anything. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. How could she have made sure that there was no one in the hallway? That's my big, huge question here. Because it seems like there's no way to check the outside unless you open the door. And also, if you look at the hotel lobby map thing, you can see that the picture was taken from Unguard's room. Do you guys have any idea? Hold on. What I want to know is where the extra nickel samurai costume went. Where did it go? True, it's the guitar. It was hidden in the suicide note. True. I just dropped my controller. Hold on. Alright. Let's just observe all the evidence. All important badge shows Legend Defense Attorney. Slightly translucent, radiates a soft movement, steers light. Photo of the guy. Seems like the Nickel Samurai was to confess something. I could just present this. Wait, hold on. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. How could you just find Matt guilty because of that? Stupid. Stupid, dumb, idiot. Dumb. Arrgh. No. I thought it was maybe because Old Bag or Lotta was in the hallway. Like, why were they only in the hallway after she had stabbed him? I don't understand a thing. This game is so difficult. This game is so hard. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. I believe that. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I had made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. I went up. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. I already did that, didn't I? No. Oh, damn it. This is so hard. Does anyone have any idea? When I first saw him... Okay, let's stream our consciousness into Adrian Engines right now. Oh my god, I didn't mean to drop my controller again. Yeah, I'll press everything again, just cause. But you could tell from the state that the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf was a part of the Gemma Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. She's avoiding the question that the room was a mess when she got into it. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. No. So she came in. She saw him slumped over, not obviously dead, with stuff smashed on the floor. She thought he had fainted, so she went to pour him a glass of tomato juice. Then she realized that he was dead. I'm not sure how she realized that he was dead. But when she realized he was dead, she was like, oh shit, this was Matt on guard. So she planted extra evidence to make sure that he was caught for the crime. So first she had run out of the room, out of the hallway, that was empty? That was empty for some weird reason. Somehow Oldbag and Lotta weren't there yet. And this was all between the times 8:15 and 8:30. Because 8:15 was the time of death, and 8:30 was the time everybody was supposed to go on the stage show. but the stage show was announced cancelled after the murder. So in the span of 15 minutes, Adrian went to see that the hallway was empty, got the knife, went back into the room, stabbed him with the knife, saw that the hallway was full again by 2 people that suddenly got there in the last 2 minutes. So then put on a costume and then walked out. I don't know. This is shot in the dark, but okay. Hold on, you know what? I'm gonna save this to another file, just in case, because I don't want to accidentally overwrite the file. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. I don't know, she sounds like she's telling the truth, but the biggest thing I don't get is how all of this managed to happen within the span of 15 minutes or less. Like, she must have been fast. She must have been crazy fast. And also, like, she came in after the murder. So he was murdered at 8:15. Like, the 15-minute time frame implies that she came in right after the murder, and that the murder was announced right as the show was about to begin. And also, it implies that she noticed right away, which she kind of didn't. I don't know. Am I making sense here? I'm gonna keep pressing until I figure out something. An inconvenience. There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. So there's old bag. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up wearing the nickel samurai costume. If it rings of the truth, then what am I supposed to even do? What if I just press her on everything? Hold on. Got a scarf. Formulated her plan. What was his plan? Knew it was Matt, didn't want him to get away with it. Planted the knife. Made a mad dash to his room so he could get the knife. He'd use the knife. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed one's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Oh my god, wait, hold on. I didn't even read this line of dialogue. What items do you have? I'll show you in a sec. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. I'm not even gonna, like, disbelieve that. Like, mind control is not out of the scope of this game, but we didn't get this dialogue. I feel like this is it. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. Ah! If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Unguard's Hakama. Yes, that's what I'd planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? What? Wait, I could have sworn that was it. An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spice it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. I sold bag. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid. Couldn't really go like that. And that's why I ended up wearing a nickel samurai costume. Okay, this is good. This is good. Okay, now we're... Alright, there actually wasn't anything I had to present. Yeah, I just had to press everything and we would move on. I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ungard's room and planted the button. And to Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal. Is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. But if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor, the defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. This is crazy. How long is this trial gonna be? It's insane. Not that I'm complaining. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But, Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. Oh, a game suggestion? What is it? That is all. Court is adjourned for today. What? Oh, no way. Is there going to be a new judge? Wait, what? Holy shit, what's happening? Today's trial is over, and I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? Voices of the Void, and it's free on itch.io. I think I've heard of it. It rings a bell, but I don't know. I should try it. Is it short? I could maybe play it today after this chapter. What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. Oh. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. God damn it! God damn it. Even when you're telling the truth, you're the worst witness ever. That's such an important piece of evidence. Wow, I found a calling card of the murderer when I discovered Juan's body. This is important. This is fucking stupid. It was lying there right next to him. He found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. Communicate with aliens. Interesting. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Shut up. Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Witness, that card, give it to me, hurry. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. He's gonna flip the card and it's gonna be something dumb. Hold on, I'm like rotating my head right now to try and figure out what this could be. It could be like an evil mind control drone. Like if you flip it around 180 degrees, it's like a little flying little woozy hypnosis drone. How's it going, Daunting Wolf? And how's it going, Kepo? Yeah, I know, the witnesses are all terrible. Even if they're not the criminals. That card, what in the world is it, and what does it mean? To be continued. Okay. This is where I'm gonna stop. This is where I'm gonna stop for today. Oh boy. There's so much more. There's so much. Oh, we're doing another investigation? Dang, dude. Wait, hold on. I don't wanna get me out of here. Alright. I could try Voices of the Void. I don't know. I'll try that another time because I'm feeling pretty tired right now. I really want to eat. I'm very hungry for a burger. So, I'm gonna go. I'm back. What's happened? So, we found out that Adrian Andrews was not the real murderer, but she planted evidence in order to frame Matt Ungard for the crime. Sorry, stretching. And we also found out that she found a special card at the scene of the crime on the desk. That was the same card Maya found on the floor with her kidnapper. How's it going, Lavender? Good to see you. What else? Did I miss anything else? I don't think I missed too much else. Yeah, okay. I think that's it for now. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I love and appreciate you all. For anyone who doesn't know already, I give you all a big hug at the end of my streams. So bring it in, broskies. I love and appreciate you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.